Imagine walking into the biggest toy store on Earth. Shelves stretching as far as you could see. Thousands of toys. Children begging their parents for just one more. For decades, Toys R Us wasn't just selling toys, it was childhood itself. Yet in 2018, over 700 stores closed their doors forever. 33,000 people lost their jobs. So what happened? Was Amazon really responsible? Or did one financial decision quietly destroy one of America's most iconic brands years before anyone noticed? And here's the bigger question. Could artificial intelligence have saved Toys R Us? Stay with us. Because this story isn't just about toys. It's about how billion-dollar companies disappear. Every day the world changes. Sometimes the shift is obvious. Most of the time, it happens quietly. A breakthrough in artificial intelligence, a market that suddenly moves, a decision made behind closed doors, a technology that changes how billions live, work, and think. These aren't random headlines. They're connected. Welcome to the Shift Report. This is where we go beyond the news to explain why it matters, what's changing, and what comes next. No clickbait, no unnecessary hype, just clear analysis, compelling stories, and the trends shaping our future. From AI and emerging technology to business, geopolitics, innovation, economics, and the forces redefining our world, we connect the dots so you don't have to. Because understanding change isn't just about staying informed, it's about staying ahead. This isn't yesterday's news. This is the Shift Report. The world is shifting. Don't just watch it, understand it. The story begins after World War II. Charles Lazarus returned home and opened a small baby furniture store. But he noticed something interesting. Parents only bought cribs once. They bought toys over and over again. That observation changed retail forever. In 1957, Toys R Us was born. Unlike department stores, Toys R Us specialized in one thing: toys, thousands of them. At a time when most stores only sold toys during Christmas, Toys R Us sold them all year. It was what business experts call a category killer. If you wanted a toy, you went there. By the early 1990s, the company dominated roughly a quarter of the global toy market, more than 1,400 stores, billions in revenue, an unforgettable mascot, and one of the most famous jingles in advertising history. Business couldn't get much better, or so it seemed. Every empire eventually faces competition. For Toys R Us, it wasn't another toy store, it was Walmart and Target. These retail giants could sell toys cheaper because they made money elsewhere: groceries, electronics, clothing. Toys became a way to attract shoppers, not necessarily to make profits. Meanwhile, another company was quietly changing shopping forever: Amazon. Most executives underestimated online shopping. Toys R Us did too. Instead of building its own online platform, it partnered with Amazon. At first, it looked brilliant, but years later, Amazon began selling toys from competitors. The partnership collapsed, and while lawyers argued, the future of shopping kept moving forward. Here's where the story changes forever. In 2005, private equity firms purchased Toys R Us. Price: $6.6 billion. Sounds normal. Except they didn't use mostly their own money. They borrowed it. Lots of it. This is called a leveraged buyout. The company itself became responsible for paying back the debt. Eventually, nearly $5 billion sat on Toys R Us balance sheet. Every year, Hundreds of millions went toward interest payments, money that could have upgraded stores, built better technology, improved customer experience, or invested in e-commerce. Instead, it disappeared into debt, and that's when the slow collapse began. Customers noticed something. Stores looked old, shelves felt crowded, the website lagged behind competitors. Meanwhile, Amazon was becoming the first stop for holiday shopping. Consumers changed. Toys R Us didn't. By 2017, the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Executives hoped restructuring would save it, but weak Christmas sales destroyed that plan. In 2018, more than 700 U.S. stores closed. An icon disappeared. Now here's where things become interesting. Imagine if modern artificial intelligence existed inside Toys R Us years before bankruptcy. AI could have analyzed millions of customer purchases. It would have spotted shopping trends before executives did. Machine learning could have predicted declining foot traffic. AI pricing systems could have matched competitors instantly. Inventory forecasting could have reduced overstock. Recommendation engines, like those used by Amazon today, could have increased online sales dramatically. Even store layouts could have been optimized using customer movement data. But perhaps the biggest opportunity: AI-powered financial simulations. Executives could have tested thousands of business scenarios before accepting billions in debt. Would this buyout survive an economic downturn? Could the company still invest enough in technology? Would interest payments eventually become unsustainable? AI wouldn't have made the decision, but it could have shown executives the consequences years before reality did. Sometimes, seeing the future changes it. Toys R Us didn't fail because children stopped loving toys. It failed because business changed faster than leadership did. Technology evolves, consumers evolve, markets evolve. Companies that refuse to evolve eventually become history. Today, artificial intelligence is creating another shift. Some businesses will embrace it, others will ignore it. History suggests only one group survives. Toys R Us became one of the greatest retail success stories and one of the most famous collapses in business history. But its biggest lesson isn't about toys. It's about adapting before it's too late. Because every business leader faces the same question. Will you recognize the shift before it changes everything? If you enjoyed this business case study, subscribe to the Shift Report, where every week we uncover the biggest business wins, the biggest failures, and explore how AI is changing the future of companies around the world. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next report.